This video is going to show you how to complete page 136 out of your math book. Okay, for starters, I want to apologize because when it got photocopied, I don't think it copied very well, and this is what should be shaded. Okay, so go ahead and shade that on your papers. And also, the distance from here to here is 12 feet, okay? And from here to here is 12 feet, here to here is 12 feet, here to here is 12 feet, because that's the radius. Okay, so it wants us to find the area of the shaded region of the circle to the right. And remember, area tells you how many squares fit inside the shape you're concerned about. So when we're finding the area of just a shaded region, we want to know how many 1 foot by 1 foot squares fit inside there. And the reason I say 1 foot instead of units is because it's specifically telling us, hey, we're measuring everything in feet, okay? So I'm going to start off with, well, gosh, what's the area of a full circle? Full circle is pi r squared. So I always like to write that just so you kind of will remember that. Okay, well, how much of the circle is shaded in? Well, the full circle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 out of 8. But we don't want 8 out of 8. We don't want the full circle. We only want 1, 2, 3 out of the 8. We want 3/8 of a circle. So the area of 3/8 of a circle is this. Go 3/8 of a full circle. Here's my full circle, here's 3/8 of it. So this is the formula we're going to use. This one right here, okay? So I'm just going to write all the values underneath that formula that I created right there. And we maintain that 3/8. Okay? And pi, we maintain that. And then the radius is, from there, there's 12 feet. Okay? 12 feet. And then don't forget to square it, okay? I can simplify this. 12 to the second power, which is really 12 times 12. That's 144. 3/8 times pi times 144. Okay? From there, let's go ahead and figure that out. I wonder, can I go 3 divided by 8 and get like a nice decimal? Oh, good, that's a nice decimal. 3 divided by 8 is that. That's nice. Times 144. Okay? And that's 54. So our exact answer is 54 pi. However, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll multiply it by 3.14. Okay, 54 times 3.14. So I know it's going to be approximate because we don't have straight up pi, the real pi. So 3.14 times 54, or I should have said 3 and 1400ths times that. Okay, and I get 169 and 56 hundredths feet squared by using 3.14. And I used 3 and 1400ths for pi. Okay. However, if I would have used the pi button, it's still an approximate because it doesn't all fit on your calculator. So 54 times pi, so 54 times pi button on the calculator, I get this. Let's go to the nearest hundredth, 169, and that's the hundredths place. Look behind it. If it's 5 or above, this 4 goes up. 6 is 5 or above, so it's 169.65. 169 and 65 hundredths. And I used the pi button on the calculator. Okay? So see how they just vary slightly. They vary, V-A-R-Y, slightly. And I need to label that because it's area, and area is always labeled units squared, but in this case it's feet, so feet squared and feet squared, or I could have said square feet. Letter B says, explain how the expression you used represents the area of the shaded region. Well, the portion that's shaded is 3/8 of the circle, so that's why I multiplied the original area formula by 3/8. So to put that in writing, because that's what I'm supposed to do, I'll write it down here. The portion that's shaded is only 3/8 of the full circle. So that's why you multiply the area formula of a full circle, you know, pi r squared, by 3/8. So that's why we took this and then multiplied it by 3/8, because we only wanted 3/8 of the circle. Okay? The next part. Calculate the area of the figure below that consists of a rectangle and 2 quarter circles, each with the same radius. Leave your answer in terms of pi. Oh, that's good to know. So they're kind of bossing me around. They're telling me what to do. They don't want you to use the pi button on your calculator. They don't want you to use 3.14. They don't want you to use 22/7. They want you to leave it in terms of pi. So up here, if they were like, hey, leave it in terms of pi, we would stop right there. And that's really nice, because that's the most exact. You take 54 times the real pi, okay? On your calculator, that's not the real pi. When I go like this, that's not real pi, because see how your calculator stops? Pi goes on forever with no pattern. It's in your rational number. So anyway, leave your answer in terms of pi. Let's go ahead and kind of make sure we're labeling this. So here to here is 6 inches. So from here to here is also 6 inches. But we need to know this length right there. So 6 plus this number has to equal 14. But this number and this number have to be the same, because it tells us each has the same radius. So I'm going to kind of think, 6 plus what number equals 14? So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 6 plus 8 would equal 14. So I got to go 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So this length right here is 4 inches. This length right here is 4 inches. Let's double check. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. Okay, so we've got this labeled accurately. And again, we have to leave our answer in terms of pi at the very, very end. All right, let's go ahead and find the area. How many square inches fit inside this shaded region of this weird looking shape? Okay, this composite shape. I'm going to start with the easy one, because I know the area of a rectangle is length times width. Okay, so you know, this is a quarter of a circle. If this length, this radius is 4 inches, then this length right here is also 4 inches, because that's the radius. Okay, so length times width, 6 times 4 for the area of a rectangle. 6 times 4 gives me 24 inches squared. So I'm going to put that right in there. 24 inches squared is the area for that, just this part, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and tackle these quarter or 1/4. Quarter and 1/4 are the same thing. 1/4 circles. So, you know, the area of a full circle is pi radius squared, but I only want 1/4 of it. So in front of this, I'm going to put 1/4. Okay, and same with this guy, because that's going to give me the area of 1/4 of a circle. Okay, so 1/4 pi, and then the radius is 4. Got to square it, 4 to the 2nd power. I'm going to just do the same thing over here, because they are equal to each other. 4 to the 2nd power, so 4 times 4 is 16, so 1/4 times pi times 16. Okay, a couple ways you can do this. You can go 1/4 times 16, or you can go 16 times 4. 16 divided by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4 pi. Okay? And remember, leave it in terms of pi. So do not go 4 times 3.14. Do not go 4 times pi button on calculator. Do not go 4 times 22/7. Don't do that. Just keep it in terms of pi. That's what that means. So over here, I can go 0.25 times 16. Get the same exact answer. Just want to show you. 4. Okay. So we got 4 pi. Okay. So your 4 pi inches squared Sorry for not labeling. Now I'm going to add all these together, okay? So here's what that would look like. I'm going to add this plus this. This guy plus this guy plus this guy. And that would be 4 pi plus, I'll label at the end, 24 plus 4 pi. It's going to give me the area of this. Like terms, this guy and this guy. If you got 4 pi's and you add 4 more pi's to it, you get 8 pi's. Plus 24. Okay? And since they want you to keep in terms of pi, this is your answer, your simplified answer. Area of the figure.